कैमरा लुक गाइस ओके सो सबसे पहले कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस
थैंक यू।
फाइनली आज आपका इवेंट है क्या कुछ कहना अबाउट द इवेंट एंड किस तरीके का एसोसिएशन है सबका रेचल जी आपसे थोड़ा स्टार्ट करते हैं
पहले बात तो थैंक यू एवरीवन आने के लिए और हम बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड है, हमारा पहला इवेंट है ये और बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस हम बहुत बड़ा इवेंट करेंगे इन द कमिंग इन द वेरी नियर फ्यूचर। जो हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव है इंडियन एमएमए अक्रॉस द ग्लोब, तो वो हमें पूरा करना है एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट वी आर स्ट्राइविंग टू डू। And I thank everyone over here who has come supported us. FIMA, our association partner, Mr. Jitendra Khare, thank you so much for being here. My husband Vishal seigell, who is my backbone, ये मेरे backbone हैं, इनके बिना कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता था। कोई कॉम्बैट जो इनका कंपनी है, इनके सपोर्ट के बिना कुछ नहीं हो सकता था। समीर, who is very much upcoming singer. Not I can say not upcoming singer, but already known singer, for coming here and supporting us, and I think that's all.
Exactly. Well, we can see your excitement. Vishal ji, what do you want to say about the vision and how it started? The journey begins.
Well, there's a lot of people in India who have supported MMA for India. Mr. Jitendra Khare is a very seasoned vet. I mean, you can go back years in Indian MMA, and one name that will stand out is him. And we know each other from 2012 or 13 or something along those lines. And we have what our dream is to raise the standard of Indian MMA for not just for entertainment, but the level of athlete, and that is where we meet. So, and I appreciate Samir, I appreciate team. Thank you, Jitendra Khare. I appreciate you. I can't say enough. Please.
What do you want to say? किस तरीके का मैच हो रहा है? कैसे फाइटर्स लेके आए हो? कैसा एसोसिएशन एंड हाउ डू यू फील सीइंग दिस?
So, मैं विशाल सर को 2012 से जानता हूँ. He's been one of the top coaches in the country. He's been a national team coach on multiple occasions for Team India at IMAF, at Gamma World Championships. So when he approached us to sanction his event, it was an honor for us. We are happy to be on board and help in any way possible. As you can see, there's though these are amateur bouts, but these are really high-level amateur bouts. They are literally worthy of being called a pro bout. And I think this is the right way to grow the sport. You grow it from the grassroots. You can very easily say I'm doing pro bouts and put up bad level bouts. Rather put up good level amateur bouts. Get these guys ready for international stage, and Mr. Vishal Seigell's been doing that for a long time now, and I think this is the right platform for him and for the Indian athletes to showcase their talent. So I would like to thank him, thank Rachael ma'am for giving the athletes this platform and giving MMA this opportunity to work with them to sanction these bouts. Thank you.
विशाल आई वांट टू आस्क यू जिस तरीके से हम देखते हैं बाकी सारे स्पोर्ट्स हो गए, क्रिकेट हो गया, फुटबॉल हो गया, लोग कहीं ना कहीं मार्शल आर्ट्स को भूलते जा रहे हैं. सो क्या रीज़न है? व्हाट डू यू फील लाइक कि किस वजह से लोग आज मार्शल आर्ट्स को इतना इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दे रहे हैं, भूल रहे हैं?
See, a lot of times hard work is not looked upon, or appreciated. Thank you, Samir. It is everything that is so shiny and dazzling is always appreciated. But we, Mr. Jitendra Khare, myself, and the whole team, we are the ones who literally stay up at night, keep fighters in our house, make them, and create history. But we have never spoken about it. Why? Because right now it's not monetized. That is why. We are not, as and when it happens is good, but you cannot imagine the incredible talent that India has to offer. Mr. Jitendra Khare himself has raised so much of talent. Myself, we have created India's only world champion and Asia Pacific champions. We together have, between the two of us, have done so much. You cannot even comprehend the other coaches who have done what. So, what we need is support apart from cricket and football and whatever. We need that support. We need people to step up and understand what our athletes can do. Cricket is not everything. Don't think I'm putting it down or anything along those lines. But there is so much we can do, and we have done. Actually, that has not been highlighted. And if it was, we would be the Tendulkars and whatever of MMA. I mean,
deserves to be covered. Actually.
yes, it should be covered. You have so many actors and people who come from a martial arts background, but never got highlighted. And it's not just about martial arts. There's so many other things that have never been highlighted. It needs to be just on the equal scale. It needs to be fair. It needs to be given that respect, and I hope that is done. So.
Right. Samir, what do you want to say? Giving music to martial arts.
Giving music to martial arts. I'm sure it needs some combat kind of warrior kind of music if ever we had to give music to first combat, of course. But I'm here just as a guest to support my friend Rachael and Vishal, of course, because they've worked so hard on this. And like Vishal said, it needs to be highlighted. It deserves a lot of eyes. It deserves a lot of appreciation because you can see it's very, very difficult to do what these guys do. And me just watching it as an audience, it मेरी सांस भर जाती है देख के. So it's a difficult thing to do. Of course, like विशाल said कि हमारे देश में क्रिकेट को ज़्यादा प्रोत्साहन मिलता है, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से वक्त के साथ जैसे पहले वुमेंस क्रिकेट कोई नहीं देखता था, बट अब देख रहे हैं, IPL आ गया, वुमेंस क्रिकेट आ गया, वैसे धीरे धीरे करके फुटबॉल, MMA सबको काफ़ी ज़्यादा ध्यान मिलेगा. And all the best to all these contestants. Rachel, I wish you all the luck and may you come with 100 more shows like.
Thank you.
So congrats to all the players and so I'm here just to support them. Thank you so much.
Talking about the safety, what do you have to say? किस तरीके से जो है contestants के यहाँ पे participants की safety सब चीज़ों को ध्यान में रखते हैं?
So पहले तो there is a pre-fight medical check. So this morning all the fighters were weighed in. So every fighter has to weigh in and there are weight categories that they fight in. So we have very stringent rules around the weight categories as well. We don't let people go overweight and stuff like that. So they have to make that particular weight. Secondly, we also have the medical staff check them before the fight and we make sure that they clear them that they are fit to fight. They are not dehydrated, they are not injured before the fight itself. During the fight as well, we have a doctor who's bedside and is overseeing the bout. At any point of time, the doctor or the referee feels like you've seen that the fighter is in danger, we stop the fight. We don't let the fighter take unnecessary damage. At times, like you've seen a knockout happen, we medically suspend these fighters for a certain number of days so that there are no chances of concussion, brain damage, and these fighters can recover and return to sport safely and have a long career. We have an ambulance on standby. We have an entire medical team on standby. God willing, we don't have to use them. But yes, so all the safety measures are there. It's a misconception that MMA is a very dangerous sport. Unlike many other martial arts, like you've seen boxing, you've seen Muay Thai, where when a fighter gets knocked out, he gets 10 seconds to stand up. If he can stand up, you let the fight continue. At times the damage is done and we are still letting the guy continue, which can lead to more damage. But in MMA we don't do that. The moment we see a fighter is hurt or cannot protect himself, the fight is called off. There are no counts, there is nothing. So I personally think it's a very safe sport. My son has been practicing it since he was 4 years old. He's 12 now. So it's I put my son there, so you can imagine how much I trust this sport.
Right. Rachel, what about winners? किस तरीके से क्या कुछ आप देने वाले हो? क्या कुछ सोचा है? How you are going to select them?
So firstly, thanks. I would like to say thank you very much to all our sponsors, as our partners who came on board on very short notice actually, and जो हमें support कर रहे हैं. So our sponsors have given us a lot of goodie bags, and we would like to thank them. Carbamide, Forte, Hustle Energy Drink, Magnetic Media. I like to thank everyone first. So yes, we I think when it comes to amateur events जब होते हैं इंडिया में, तो amateurs को pay नहीं किया जाता है mostly 99%. So when they win, it is always about certification. तो हमने डिसाइड किया है दैट यू नो एज वी सेड वी हमको फाइटर्स को बढ़ावा देना है. तो yes, we are going to be awarding them with a cash prize, with goodie bags. So this is how we want to make a difference in that way, to in our promotion.
Right. And apart from that, since like you are the master of this, so क्या कुछ कहना है when you see new talent जो आ रहे हैं, जैसे कि इन्होंने बताया इनके बच्चे हैं, उनको भी इन्होंने डाला है. So when you see this kind of people कि अभी भी somewhere the thing is not died, so what you want to give advice or suggestions to the young people those who want to join and they are not aware किस तरीके से this training process and everything happens.
I'd like to start with saying let's not take any shortcuts. There is very capable coaches like Jitendra sir and myself, and you have to follow the process. You cannot take any shortcuts, and you got to go with the flow. The thing is, anybody who is trying to go shotgun cannot help you. But one thing I will say, once again, between Jitendra sir and myself, the reason we have been able to create so many champions is because we have done it the right way. We have, we have taken the hard road. We've not looked for allocates, even though we got them, but we have done the right things. And you got to go with the process, and you got to really follow through with it. And process takes time. And Indian athletes have just started to show up on the big mainstream MMA and combat sports, and it's not going to stop. We've started that journey, and it's only going to go forward. What this promotion stand for? I mean, there's a lot of promotion in the world, and a lot of people make money. You need money to run the promotion. Beyond that, we want to raise Indian athletes. That is what we live for. That's what I can say for myself and Rachel and Mr. Vishal.
What is the goal of this? Like, what do you see like in next 5 years?
Across the globe, in one word, एक शब्द, across the globe. That is what we see.
Talking about the mission, क्या है? It's just about the awareness, or you want to create something?
We want.
पौधा जब बड़ा होता है तो उसका बीज पहले लगता है ना, तो ये लोग बीज बो रहे हैं. Simple as that. एक बड़ा होके बहुत बड़ा पेड़ बनेगा. And these guys are just sowing it up, वो लोग लगा रहे हैं. So with time, of course, when 5 years, 6 years, of course, it's going to. एक तो awareness ऐसे create हो रही है, correct? लोगों को ज़्यादा जानने का मौका मिल रहा है. इनफैक्ट मुझे भी नहीं पता था. I used to watch it on YouTube. मैंने आके बोला भी कि I've been watching it on YouTube. बट कभी ये सोचा नहीं कि हमारे देश में से भी लोग जाते हैं. I didn't know कि इंडिया से लोग खेलते हैं. I'll be very honest. बट आज यहाँ पे आके इतने अच्छे फाइटर्स देख रहे हैं तो ऐसा लग रहा है यार this is something. And I was just talking to my mates कि यार it must be taking so much of courage कि आप कुछ ऐसी फील्ड चुनो जहाँ पे इतनी मेहनत है. आप मार भी खा रहे हो, आप मार भी रहे हो, आपको कुछ भी हो सकता है, आपकी इंजरी भी हो सकती है. Then your parents support you, then you hire a trainer. It's a lot of hard work. हम लोग सिर्फ देख के चले जाते हैं, बट ये लोग रोज़ जाके मेहनत कर रहे हैं. So yeah, I hope the world appreciates Indian players as well. And अभी Conor McGregor, इनमें से भी हमारे कुछ नाम हो देश में से. So yeah, super good. So yeah, the question was where do you see this in 5 years? I see it very very big. And शायद से हम फिर मिलेंगे उस टाइम पे और हम लोग इसी बात को याद करेंगे.
Absolutely. So there is Khabib and there is Conor McGregor, but India is starting to produce people like Roshan Mainam, Anshul Jubli. Roshan Mainam is the only Indian fighter who has gone in a pro event and gone 3-0 with all finishes. So there is Anshul Jubli, there is so many other fighters. There is Vikas, who is Sir's student, and Sir, please take it from there.
Yeah, I mean, like Sir said, Indian fighters are just beginning to show up, and yeah, I think in 5 years' time we'll be there on the global map, making an impact. It takes time. It's an organic growth. You can't just put in money and think that a fighter will emerge over time. But I think it's time that Indian fighters are going to start shining. Yeah.
Our sponsors.
We saw this event and we are really happy that we are collaborating with them. Basically, we are into gym sector and protein powders, vitamin supplements, we provide that. And this is something which is nourishment which helps these guys to grow, which is required in a day-to-day life. And seeing these guys, their energy level so high, their performance so good, we are really happy to work with them and have
Thank you.
support them. And this is something which will go on in future also.
Thank you.
Would you like to add anything?
It's a lovely event. It's a lovely event. Like every time whenever I'm watching every single match, I'm getting goosebumps in my hand and my body. It's a lovely event. Seriously. And even I said, sir also that in future I might be your student.
Sir is doing a very good job. It's getting a lot of awareness about this. Frankly speaking, there is no such great awareness about this particular sports, but this is really helping as a platform, and this is supposed to grow in future. That's for sure.
All right, thank you so